and the sky was a restless shade of grey, heavy with the promise of rain. Wind howled through the broken fence behind the small, rundown house that belonged to Daniel Hayes. A single dad, barely keeping his world from collapsing. He worked odd construction jobs, picked up night shifts at the local hardware store, and somehow still found the strength to tuck his little girl, Lily, into bed each night with a smile that hid the exhaustion in his bones. He wasn't always struggling. Once Daniel had a family, a house, and dreams that reached higher than his bills. But when his wife died, after Lily was born, life folded in on itself. He sold what he could, kept what mattered, and poured everything into raising his daughter right, honest, kind, and strong. That afternoon, he was patching up a neighbor's leaky shed when he noticed an unfamiliar car stop near the old Victorian house at the end of the dirt road. It was one of those places that looked like time forgot it. Overgrown lawn, shutters falling apart, roof sagging with age. A young woman stepped out, elegant yet oddly out of place in that neighborhood. She wore jeans and a white shirt, but carried herself like someone who didn't know what it meant to worry about money. She stood there staring up at the cracked roof with a helpless look. Daniel wiped his hands on a rag and walked over. "Ma'am, you look like you could use a hand." The woman turned, startled, but then smiled. "Actually, I could. The roof's leaking, and there's a storm coming tonight. I was hoping to find someone to fix it, but everyone I called said it was too late in the day." Daniel looked up at the darkening clouds. "Storm's gonna be bad. If that roof gives in, the whole place will flood. I can fix it for you now, but I'll need a ladder, nails, and a couple of hours." She nodded quickly. "Please, I'll pay whatever you ask." He chuckled. "Let's worry about keeping your roof from flying away first." Within minutes, Daniel climbed up the rickety old ladder with his tool belt, hammering and sealing while thunder rolled in the distance. Rain started to fall in thin, icy streaks, but he didn't stop. From below, the woman watched in awe, a man with nothing, giving everything without hesitation. When the job was done, he climbed down, drenched but smiling. "That should hold it," he said, pushing back his wet hair. She handed him a towel and offered tea. "You didn't have to do that for a stranger." Daniel shrugged. "Storm doesn't care if we're strangers or not. It hits us all the same." Her name was Emma. She explained she'd just moved back to town after years away. Her late mother used to own the house, but since then no one had cared for it. Now she wanted to restore it, but she clearly had no idea where to start. Lily, Daniel's daughter, came running over from the next yard, barefoot and laughing, holding a toy hammer. "Daddy, you fixed it!" "You're like a superhero." Emma knelt beside her, smiling softly. "You have a brave dad." Lily nodded proudly. "He fixes everything, even hearts." Daniel laughed, embarrassed, but Emma saw something behind that smile, the quiet sadness of a man who had lost too much but refused to give up. Over the next few days, the storm came and went. Emma returned to thank him with homemade food, insisting on paying him properly. But instead of cash, she asked, "Would you consider working on the rest of the house? It needs someone who actually cares." He hesitated. "It's a big job." "I trust you," she said simply, and so began an unexpected partnership. Day after day, Daniel repaired, rebuilt, and restored. Emma often joined him, sanding walls, carrying paint cans, laughing at his corny jokes. Lily followed them everywhere, her tiny hands smudged with paint and joy. Little by little, the house began to look alive again, like a memory reborn. And something else began to grow there too, a quiet affection neither of them dared name. Then one morning, everything changed. Daniel came by early and saw 2 black SUVs parked outside. Men in suits carried documents and talked respectfully to Emma. When they left, she looked different, heavier somehow, burdened by truth. "Emma," he said carefully, "is everything okay?" She sighed and sat on the porch steps. "There's something I didn't tell you." He frowned, uncertain. "My last name isn't just Emma Brooks. It's Emma Brookshire." He froze. That name wasn't just familiar, it was powerful. Brookshire Holdings owned half the state's land, construction firms, and banks. She continued softly, "My family runs the company that built half the city. I've been trying to live quietly away from it all. I wanted to see who would help me, not because of my name, but because of who I am." Daniel stepped back, stunned. "So, I fixed the roof for a millionaire?" She smiled faintly. "A billionaire, technically. But you didn't know that. You helped because you're good." He laughed weakly. "Well, I guess my invoice just got awkward." She looked up at him, tears glinting in her eyes. "You don't understand, Daniel. I've met thousands of people who only see money when they look at me. You saw a person in trouble. You fixed my roof in the rain. You didn't even ask for payment. You reminded me what kindness looks like." Before he could reply, Lily came running up with a bunch of wildflowers. "Miss Emma, Daddy says you make the best cookies." Emma knelt, hugging her tightly. "And you make the best days, sweetheart." Weeks later, Daniel received a letter in the mail, not from Emma, but from the Brookshire Foundation. It stated that his name had been listed as lead contractor for a major restoration project, one worth more than he'd ever earned in his life. When he looked up in disbelief, Emma was standing at his door, smiling softly. "You fixed my roof," she said. "Now I'm going to help you fix your future." Daniel's voice trembled. "Why me?" "Because the world needs more people like you, the ones who build without asking what they'll get in return." The storm that had once threatened to wash his world away had somehow carried something precious instead, a second chance, wrapped in gratitude and grace. That night, as thunder rolled gently in the distance and Lily fell asleep with her toy hammer, Daniel sat by the window watching the rain. He thought about that broken roof, that chance meeting, that kindness that had changed everything, and he smiled because sometimes when life falls apart, it's only so it can be rebuilt stronger. Not by luck, but by love.